Well, greetings and good morning, Business 10 students. This is week 11 in our 16-week course in Introduction to Business here at Norco College. And this week, you're going to be diving into the exciting topic of marketing. And that's really what this module kind of is all about, is marketing. And so you're going to be looking at creating products, excuse me, and pricing strategies to meet customer needs. So marketing is one of the most exciting topics in business. And it's really how you're getting the word out about your business, your services, your products, etc. And how are people learning about it? How are people able to access it and utilize it? And how can they know about it? You might have a great product or a great service, but if people don't know about it, you're going to fail, right? So you got to get the word out. And that's really where marketing comes in. But it's not just advertising, which is the way that a lot of people look at marketing. Marketing really begins at the end. Like, what do you want to provide your customer? Or even better, what does your customer really want? What do people really want? And then working your way all the way back to the raw materials that you choose to use for that product or the processes that you use for that service, all the way back to the beginning, and then building your business. And that's really what marketing is. It's knowing what your end result or end goal is, which ultimately is satisfied customers, right? How can I satisfy these customers with my product, and then working my all the way back to the very beginning with what materials I use, the processes I use, the way I manufacture the product, what I provide, and then how I get the word out, etc. So it's really all of that, which is quite a large piece of business. You will find that in a business report, there's a large marketing section. There's no other section like that. The marketing section is the next biggest piece of your business plan. So this is why it's so critically important. So let's go ahead and take a look at the assignments that you should be working on this week in Canvas. So let me share our homepage and let's scroll down. We're still in module number 3 for another week or so, and then we'll be heading into module number 4. So I'm going to select module 3, and that should bring us into our module. So this week you're going to be looking at again, the topic of marketing, chapter 11. So make sure you read the overview, you read the course materials folder, you work through all of the chapter, all the sections of the chapter, and then you're going to have, once again, a check-in assignment where you are answering questions out of the textbook. Again, you need to include the page number, you need to include the question along with your answer, broken down into a question and answer format. You have a homework assignment. This is a very exciting one. It's basically evaluating your marketing mix. What you'll find with marketing is we have what's called the 4 P's of marketing. And your book actually gives 5 P's, but the 4 P's are product, price. In other words, what is your product? What is your price? What is your placement? In other words, where is it? How can I get to it? Where are you putting it? And then lastly is your promotions, like what advertising things that you do. So those are the 4 P's of marketing. Now your book adds a 5th, which is people, because obviously your people have a lot to do with your marketing. I kind of tend to focus more on the 4 P's rather than the 5. So keep in mind the people one's not as critical in my mind, but definitely one that your book presents, and you can read about that. But on your homework assignment, you're going to be evaluating how, in this case, In-N-Out Burger, which you should be very familiar with here living in California, uses their 4 P's of marketing. So what do they do in the area of product? What do they do in the area of pricing? What do they do in the area of placement? Where do they put their restaurants? How do you know about them? And then lastly, what promotions do they do? And what you'll see as you evaluate In-N-Out Burgers, they kind of put a lot more emphasis on a few of those things rather than all of those things. That's what we call their marketing strategy or their marketing mix. And their marketing mix basically utilizes all 4, but some more than others. So you're going to evaluate that. You're going to tell me what they do in those 4 areas. You're going to tell me which one they spend their most energy and effort on. The one thing that if you change will ruin them, and you'll find that to be true as you evaluate this. So that's going to be your homework assignment. I think you'll enjoy it. Again, it's in the form of a quiz, but there is some things to download as you prepare. And it's not a quiz, but you're answering questions in a quiz format. And then you have a actual quiz on chapter 11, answering questions about what you've read. And then, of course, we're still working on our discussion post, which is how leaders inspire action. So keep in mind, I did have to create a second discussion post. I only had one, but I'm not allowed this. We have two sections in this large course, and you're not allowed to interact with each other, only those in your section. So I had to create a second discussion post. I didn't do that, and some of you had already started, so I went ahead and copied yours into the comment box and then created two. So if you're not seeing yours, check your name anyway. It should have a grade already if you've done it. But if not, check the comments box in your folder and your assignment submittal and see that it's there. And if it's not, let me know right away. But those will be available. Those are going to be moved down here to this week. And those are also going to be something that you get to continue to work on. So make sure that you're making your initial post, that you're commenting on other student posts, and that you're having interaction with other students in the discussion assignment. So that is it for week number 12. Again, week number 11. So we are winding down quickly here. And again, this is an exciting topic, so I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. But if you need to reach out to me, please do. You can meet me during my office hours. Just go to the homepage in Canvas and click office hours. It'll tell you when I'm available and where. But if not, have a wonderful week number 11, and you will see me on video again for week number 12.